Hey folks, welcome back to Green Iron TV. Mother Nature literally rained on our parade. So like I was talking about in the last episode, we had an upcoming parade and I had a very tight window to be able to fit it in between a couple other obligations I had going on. And Mother Nature was not cooperating, and in the end they did end up running the parade. But I wasn't able to participate in it. I didn't have the time to put all the canvas back on the vehicles and rain prep the vehicles for the parade. So unfortunately we skipped out. So we will not be having parade footage today. So instead, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about something I get a lot of questions about here on with my truck. And that is my Deuce. So yes, my truck does have an M2 50 cal BMG. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a closer look at the 50 cal that we got mounted on this truck. And like always, thanks for tuning in and watching with us. Please give us a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you check out the link down below for all the cool Green Iron TV merch. Hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all kinds of cool stuff in there. So check that out. Okay, what we have here is our M2 50 cal BMG, and this one is a full metal replica, and I do have it mounted in a real M23 cradle. Luckily I've had this cradle for a number of years, and this is actually the second M2 that I've had in this. I picked up this cradle 20 years ago. When they were still pretty reasonable. Fully functions, has all the pins, which is nice. I originally had it mounted with a 50 cal replica that I bought from a Hollywood prop company. And it was a fiberglass copy with some steel inserts, some steel mounting points in it so that it would hold up. And, of course, it was made for Hollywood prop, where it didn't need to be in a close-up shot or simulated firing. And, maybe been in a vehicle in the background or something. So, I can imagine for the Hollywood companies, a real 50 and even these full metal replicas, these are pretty expensive to do. And therefore, if you needed a handful of them on some background vehicles, the fiberglass one was probably pretty reasonable. So, we have this one all set up. Like I said, this one is full metal. And this one came from a company, this is from a company called Hoosier Hot Shots out of Indiana. And it is full metal. Your charging handle works, and top cover opens, and this one is actually set up as a propane and oxygen simulated fire gun, so it has all the electronic controls inside of it for that, which is also then why we have this cable coming down, and this is hiding, so we have a oxygen and propane cable running up through it there to feed the gun. And we can use this to simulate fire. I don't fire it a ton because it sounds very real and very authentic, and people tend to freak out, especially at shows and events. You often have to get permission from the organizers to be able to fire off something. Even then, I've had at a show full of military vehicles and made everybody fully aware. And we touched it off a couple times for a simulation, and still had a couple Karens freaking out in the crowd. And so, like I said, I don't fire it off very often. We definitely don't shoot it off in parades or anything like that, because we don't want to scare the general public that doesn't know what it is. You know, this one has all the full pins, so we can drop that down. So it is full metal, and so it is very well balanced. Allows you to kind of keep it up and keep it in whatever position you want. And we're going to go ahead and we'll bring the camera over and give you some good close-ups and some good shots all around on this thing. Put the travel lock back in it. So as you can see, we do have a belt of ammo. So I have a partial belt of 50 cal blank ammo. You know, and you can see the firing pins have been fired. There's no powder or anything in them. And so it's not a full belt to fill all the way up. Matter of fact, it's basically only 2 rows in here. And then we got a couple pieces of wood down in the bottom to fill it out and allow the feed foot to stay nice and tight. And if we open, we can see we got the first one kind of sat in there. So we'll also show you down inside. So like I said, this is a propane simulation fire gun. And you can see we have the metal barrel, and we have the feed tubes and our 2 solenoids. So these are 2 electronic solenoids, and when fired, those will open up and they will spray a mixture of oxygen and propane into the chamber here. There's a small, basically chainsaw spark plug down in there that's attached to a coil that's back up underneath here with some of the electronics and fire control stuff. And so, you know, when ignited, that will send a spark, which will ignite the oxygen and propane mixture in the chamber and make a report out the barrel, and we'll even get a little flame, a little ball of flame right out the end there. So this works really good. It's timed really well so that it does sound like a real 50 cal when it's going off. Here you can see some of the electronic control boards in there. Stuff like that controls the timing so that it gives that proper sound, so that you can either speed up or slow down the rate of fire. And of course, we do have a functioning trigger there, which is set to a limit switch, which that's what is used to fire it. So one of the things I did do to modify this gun, so it did have a charge handle, and its slide, slides, but it didn't return because it didn't have a spring. So we did adapt, and this is basically a screen door spring that I've cut down and modified and was able to hook in, and that allows the charging handle to be wrapped and dropped, and helps make that nice positive clunk when simulating getting ready to fire. You know, all metal, beautiful job. These are beautiful replicas from Hoosier Hot Shots, and it's heavy. It's all metal. It is probably 80 pounds, and it is definitely she's definitely a bear to wrestle up here and get in the pintle. I can do it myself, but boy, it's a strain. It's nice to have a little bit extra help to be able to get it up there. We got wood handles on both the charging handle and our spade grips. And the gun has an overall real nice Parkerized finish. You know, it's not flat black. It's not a metallic paint or anything like that. It's a Parkerization. And it gives that nice kind of authentic original coloring to it. And of course, like I said, you know, we do have this feed line. And then what I did to hide my pieces, so I have a regular big 20 millimeter can down here, and in that we have our propane bottle and our air bottle and regulators and a battery. And so we just, you know, drilled a hole through it, had that all mounted, and you know, run that out and up to the gun. So inside our ammo box here, so we have an oxygen bottle, we have our propane bottle, both on regulators. We have a motorcycle battery, 12 volt motorcycle battery, and then we do have a power switch wired up over here, so we can power that on and fire it with the trigger. So we'll turn that back off for a second. So you know, we use about 35 pounds of air pressure and 10 pounds of propane, and that seems to give us the optimal snap and pop. And you know, like I said, so I do have this set so that I can get these down in here and close it if I need to. It's kind of a pain. Takes a little rigging, but I can get it all in there and closed up. And okay, so we've backed her out of the garage here, got her all set up, and we're gonna touch off a few. She definitely makes quite the ruckus, and I'm sure everybody in the neighborhood is wondering what the hell's going on. So we'll go ahead and stick her back away before the cops show up. All right, folks, that's going to kind of do it and wrap up this show on the M2 50 cal mod Deuce. Like I said, I did purchase this from Hoosier Hot Shots out of Indiana, and I will make sure I put a link to them down in the description below so that you can check them out. I have had this replica since 2018 and had it on this truck Like I said, I did have a different M2 50 cal up there beforehand that I had up there for years and years and years, all the way since 2004. I ended up, trading that to a buddy for him to use as a display on his truck. And when I purchased the one from Hoosier Hot Shots, been really, really happy with it. It looks beautiful. It definitely passes the up close test when you check it out up close, and it really helps offset and make the vehicle look sharp. I know people always complain, well, this series truck didn't ever have a 50 cal mounted on it, and yes, technically there is not a pedestal mount for it, but I have seen pictures, and I'll insert a couple pictures here of M715s with weapons mounted, and we'll stick those in. And of course, it looks like those are all improvised, and that's basically how my pedestal mount is. It's an improvised mount. But it really helps offset the truck and make the truck look unique and special. So just wanted to say thanks for tuning in and following along. Hopefully we'll get in another parade here soon. It is starting to get into the nice bits of summer here, and we'll be taking the vehicles out and using them on displays quite a bit. So we'll be looking forward to doing a bunch of that. And like always, please give us a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're getting up there. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. We're just a couple hundred off, and getting close, and it would be real nice to hit that 1,000. And of course, like always, please take a moment, check out the link down below in the description for all the Green Iron TV merch. That'll take you to our merch store, in which we have t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts. There's some stickers in there, all kinds of cool stuff. We did recently add the M35 Deuce and a half collection in there, so there's t-shirts for the Deuce and a half, and sweatshirts and stickers. So check those out, and by all means, buy a few pieces. We do appreciate it, because the little bit of profit that we do make selling the merchandise, I use to roll right back around and put back into these vehicles, into maintenance, and even just gas to fill them up to get to parades and shows. So I appreciate everybody that has bought something already. Those that you haven't, please check it out. Buy up. We appreciate it. And of course, like always, thanks a lot for watching, and we hope you have a great day.